There's something I want to teach you today, and it's so powerful and such a shame that most guys are not tapping into this. And I do not blame you, because what I'm going to be teaching today is something very counterintuitive to the process of getting a woman interested in you or attracted or even turned on. Most guys are not thinking on this level. Like I said, it's counterintuitive. Most guys are thinking on the whole other level, which is what's causing a lot of problems with getting women interested and also keeping women interested. So today, what I'll be teaching you is how to become a challenge to a woman. You see, a lot of guys think the opposite. They want to be available. They want to be there. They want to be just ready for whenever the woman is ready, so that they can hang out, spend time together, get to know each other, etc., etc. But being too available, being too accommodating, and not being a challenge actually turns a woman off. Now, I know what a lot of guys are thinking, and I bet you there's some women watching this video too. And what you're probably thinking is, this sounds gamey, this sounds manipulative, this sounds inauthentic. Here's the thing. You never want to be too available, always there, not a challenge, because that, I believe, is also inauthentic and very gamey, okay? What I want to do with this video, my goal is to push you a little bit more on the other side of things, because right now, most likely, you're over here, available, ready, easygoing, nice guy, unopinionated, but I want to push you a little bit further. It's not like you have to be on the other end of things where you're completely a challenge to her and you're an asshole or you're completely pushing her away. No. What we do is we want to strike a balance, okay? But in order to strike a balance, you do have to be a little bit more of a challenge. The good news is it's probably already inside of you, okay? Meaning that you are just afraid to be a challenge because you're afraid to lose her. A lot of guys fear losing a girl, so they provide no challenge whatsoever, and instead, like I said, too available, which ends up being very unattractive because it's too needy, and we'll go deeper into that. But just understand that that's one of the reasons why it's so important to learn how to be more of a challenge. And yes, it is very effective with every single woman that you meet. Like I said, if you become more of a challenge, I'll be giving you examples on how to do that. It's gonna be easier to get women attracted to you, and you're gonna be able to more consistently meet women and get them interested, which I'm sure is what you want. So first of all, why does this work so well? Why is it so powerful when you're more of a challenge? Well, here's the thing. People want what they can't have. So if you're not as available, or they see that you're being kind of challenging in order to get them interested. So if she sees that, wait, I don't know if this guy is interested or not. I can't really tell. I'm not sure. What happens is she feels like she's not sure if she can have you. Therefore, your value starts to go up. People want what they can't have. Okay, people want what they can't have access to. You become more exclusive. All right, there's something about you that's more interesting because it's not so easy to get. I know, wish it wasn't that way. This is human nature. It's just how it is. But again, too available, too easygoing, everything's easy, then attraction diminishes. Also, value goes up, and this is basic economics. Value goes up when things are scarce, right? Supply and demand. If there is a high supply, there's little demand. Low supply, high demand, okay? So meaning if you're not so available, and again, I know this is kind of like, wait, what does all this mean? We're gonna get into that, but if you are not challenging enough to her, then what this is saying is that, oh, this is easy to get, this is nothing special, this person doesn't have value, and they're gonna see you in a totally different way. I know, again, sounds kind of gamey, sounds kind of weird, but if we tap into this, it will be more natural once you do it. Other reasons why this is so powerful is because people like to win. We like to win. We want to be able to win someone over. When we do that, it feels good. So we want a little bit of that chase. Not too much where it's too extreme, but just a little bit. And again, that's what I'm trying to teach you on this video, is to be more challenging so we can get you a little bit over on this side of this spectrum here, right? If you're over here, so nice guy, not challenging at all, I just want to move you over a little bit so you become more valuable, way more powerful. All right, I know you're ready for this. You want some more examples. How do you be more of a challenge? How does this actually work? You understand now the theory and why it's so important, but how do you do it? Well, in no specific order, let me give you some examples of how you can implement this when you're dating a woman, when you're meeting a woman, and when you use it, you'll see how it works so well. Okay, so again, no order. Here's the first one. Don't reply to text messages right away, okay? And so here's the thing. I know, again, this might sound kind of gamey, like you're looking at your text, you see it, and you're like, oh man, I'm just gonna wait now. This is weird, this is unnatural. Really, hopefully, you are busy, you are productive, you are doing life instead of attached to your phone and looking at every single text message that comes in. So hopefully you can eventually tap into this naturally, where naturally you're not gonna be looking at your phone the second she texts you and feel like you have to respond right away. Instead, hopefully you look at your phone and she's texting me and she texted you 30 minutes ago, and then boom, you got your phone, you see the text, and then you can respond. But you don't need to be texting back right away all the time. So I wanna try to help you here and build you into a better person. Hopefully it's not just me saying this to you and you go, okay, the second I see that text come in, I'm gonna wait 30 minutes. No, don't have your phone by you. Do something better than looking at your phone all the time, okay? And of course, it might just happen the time you're looking at your phone, she does text you, well then yes, wait a little bit, okay? Wait a little bit so at least it seems like you're doing something that's not just you waiting to text her back, okay? So don't respond right away, and make sure that you're keeping busy. Next, again, this is not in a particular order, so just bear with me as we jump around a little bit. When you start to date a girl and it gets more serious, only see her once, twice at the maximum per week, okay? Distance creates desire. And so what I want you to do is make sure that you're always, remember I said earlier a lot, not too available. If you're too available all the time, then it's gonna be like, oh wow, it's easy to meet up with him and I can meet up with him whenever I want and he's never busy and you know, there's really nothing that interesting going on in his life because he can always hang out with me. So hopefully, and again, this is not when you're in a monogamous relationship, but hopefully if you're in a dating scenario, you are only seeing her once, at the most twice per week, because you're dating other women, because you're figuring out which women are gonna be the ones that are gonna stick around that you actually want to be with if you are looking for a relationship. So once a week to create that distance so she gets excited to see you again. And I know it's not necessarily you're being a challenge, but it will be challenging for her to see you because she's not able to do it all the time, especially if she likes you. So this is gonna put attraction to a whole other level. If she likes you and she can only see you once a week, she's gonna like you that much more. Again, this is kind of like hard to get. Remember I said earlier, so you understand this now, is that people want what they can't have and they want to win. We have this desire to win something or win someone over. So keep it to a minimum when you're dating somebody. Here's another big one, big. Okay, when you're texting with a girl, you don't wanna be texting all day long. Okay, I'm working with clients and they're showing me all these text messages with the girls that they're talking to and they're not asking for a date. They're just sitting there texting back and forth, or maybe they do have a date set up and in between the date, they're texting. Again, what is this? This is you being too available, right? You're too available because you're always there on text and it doesn't even make her that much more excited to see you. Yes, of course it does because you guys, when you're texting, aren't in front of each other, but still, she knows everything that's going on. You guys have been connected, all this stuff. And guys think, well, no, don't I have to text her to kind of keep things going or keep attraction alive? Listen, at the point of this video, texting has only been around for the past 20 years, if that. Okay, so what was happening before that? It's not like people were on the phone all the time before a date was set up. So don't worry. If she likes you, if she's attracted to you, she'll want to see you again. If because you guys didn't text that much and your date's 5 days away and then she flakes out and you'll never know the real reason, but maybe that reason is because you guys didn't keep up with texting and some other guy swooped off her feet, goodbye. Who cares? Let her go. Doesn't matter. This should not be still you trying to text girls all the time, because even if you're doing it with one girl, you're going to do it with another girl. Don't be available, be busy, only use texting to meet up. And that's it, no chit chat. Here's another one. I want you to never buy her stuff unless it's appropriate. I'll come back to that. And I never want you to be complimenting her, okay? So this is what I mean. You're not going to buy her gifts. It's different if you pay for a date. That's not what I mean. I'm talking about buying her things, giving her objects, giving her things just for the sake of it. If it's her birthday, different story. If you're in a relationship and you guys have been in it for a while and once in a while you want to get her a nice gift or treat her to something, that's fine. But keep it to a minimum, because you don't want to be buying her love and buying her attention. So mainly, this tip is for someone who's not in the relationship quite yet, but I want to be very clear here. It's not like you get into a relationship and you start buying her all this shit. That's not what you do. You want to make sure you keep that to a minimum so you can let her know that this is not a relationship where you're going to be giving her stuff, okay? This is going to show a little bit of desperation. It's going to be kind of obvious, like, oh, you're just buying her stuff because you want her attention. And again, giving her too much of that attention is not being enough of a challenge. Same idea here with complimenting. Now, what I mean here by complimenting is saying nice things to her in terms of like, oh, you look beautiful today. Oh, you're amazing. You're this, you're that. Whatever compliment, use it when you actually mean it and do it very infrequently. If you compliment too much, the compliments start to have no meaning whatsoever. It becomes white noise and they're not special. And it just feels like you're just doing that to what? To get her to like you, to get that attention. So no, stop it as much as you can. Every once in a while, it's not going to be a bad thing. In fact, I think every once in a while, it can be very powerful, but don't overdo it. Don't say, and especially, by the way, no compliments over text. If you want to use a compliment and have it be its most powerful, it should be in person and every once in a while. So don't be over validating her. That's what I'm saying here. Buying stuff, complimenting, it's over validation, it's overkill. That, my friend, is way more manipulative and way more try hard and way more desperate than not doing it, okay? So only do it if you really mean it and do it very seldomly. Another way of being a challenge is don't divulge everything about yourself when you first meet her. A lot of guys get super vulnerable, super quick, and they want to just share their deep, dark secrets about all the things that they've gone through in their life and what they're feeling and this and that. This is something I believe should be slowly dripped from the day you meet her to, if you're in a relationship, to getting married over time. This is not something where you just dump all this stuff on her and just let her know everything about you. Why? Because this is what she wants, okay? She wants to know all this stuff, but people want what they can't have. So if you're not telling her every little thing about you, it creates a little bit more of a mystery and keeps things a little more interesting as you go on, okay? So don't be divulging every single thing to her. You want to remain a little bit of a mystery. And I know this sounds kind of crazy, but trust me, women want to be attracted to you, right? They want that. So you're doing her a favor by not divulging everything about yourself on the first date, second date, or when you first start dating. Drip it a little bit over time so she slowly gets to know you. But too much information, then things become boring. She knows everything about you, doesn't become interesting anymore, and things fall flat. If you end up joining my Irresistible Academy, which you can check out in the description below, it's trippadvice.com/academy, you can actually learn in the very first month more of these attraction secrets. I have a whole bunch of these. In fact, I have a whole hour-long video with about 10 to 15 attraction secrets, like advanced stuff that you can use, and then a whole implementation plan on how to use all that stuff. All that information, those little nuggets are in my Irresistible Academy. It's a monthly program where every month you get new information where it's going to be teaching you all these little things about how to live an irresistible lifestyle, meaning how do you become the most irresistible, most superhero person you can be, so when women meet you, they're like, oh my God, I have to have this guy. Every month is a new module with a new topic, going into conversation, going into style, going into all the different areas of your life, productivity, health, fitness. We even have different modules in there where we interview women and try to understand what it is that they're thinking and why they do what they do. We have another module in there that teaches you how to become a boyfriend that shall never leave. So we talk about relationships, we talk about networking, everything under the sun so you become the most powerful person. And it's great. It's not overwhelming. It's 1 month at a time, so you can kind of slowly go through the course, through the whole program. It's 12 months. So join me and hundreds of other guys who are in there right now, and we are working on this stuff together. And you can get all this information by going to trippadvice.com/academy. Join today, watch the video on that page where you can learn more about it and it will go deeper into the program. This is one of the best programs I've ever created. I'm so excited about it. Lots of guys have already seen a lot of great results from it because they're working in all these different areas of their life that make them just the best person that they can be. So check that out, trippadvice.com/academy. Now, as far as this video goes, what's the next step for you? Of course, besides checking out the Irresistible Academy. Well, I gave you a lot of how-tos, right? So I give you a lot of different things that you need to do to become more challenging. It could be overwhelming for some people. So if I were you, pick one of these and just drill it. Like for the next month, just pick one of these things and make sure that you are sticking to it so it becomes more habitual. Doing all this at once can be very overwhelming. So pick one, stick to it, see how it goes, and then when you finish that, go to the next one and the next one and so forth. So you can rewind this video, take some notes, write them all down, and then get into it. Hope this helps. Hope to see you in the Irresistible Academy, and I'll see you on the next video.